Go for
is
it.
the Omniverse. So each, like every 2-year cycle, there's a new series. So we had Ultimate Alien last time. This new cycle is the Omniverse. And what makes the Omniverse so exciting is that, and hence the name Omni, it's everything contained in one. It's all of Ben's world all into one. So completely brand new animation style. You can see behind everybody, but that's the brand new version of what Ben is going to look like. So definite departure from the...
Quite a overhaul.
Yes, big difference. So you can see kind of figurally, this is how we have the 16-year-old Ben, and what they're doing is, like I said, they're bringing all Ben's worlds together. So now 10-year-old Ben is going to be back into the show, not necessarily in the same episodes, but what they're doing is there was a time period where Ben went from age 10 to 15, and now they're kind of going back to explain the lost years, what happened during Ben when he was 10 that's now affecting him at age 16. Yeah. So you have that really great story arc. In addition, this new character, Rook, the guy in the center, is Ben's new sidekick. So he is a part of the Plumbers. I don't know if you're aware of them, but it's like the secret intergalactic police force that patrols the universe to keep us all protected. He's part of the Plumber group. He and Ben work together as a collaborative team. He doesn't have any superpowers, so he's all going to be about tech and gadgetry and weapons, stuff like that. Yeah. Where Ben's, all superpowers because he can be, 50 plus aliens nowadays. But here's 3 of Ben's brand new aliens. So we have a character named Blocks, we have this character named Shock Squatch, and we have this character named Feedback. 4-inch figures, always great. Fans love them because they're big and they have the great colors, styles, and everything. What's cool about these new ones is these little micro figures that will come with each one, because these micro figures then work with the Omnitrix challenge, which is, Ben's Omnitrix is always what allows him to turn into the different aliens. Mm-hmm. But we've created this really cool battle play in the Omnitrix challenge, which I'll show you in a minute.
And we're always so impressed with the 4-inch alien scale. They're just so creative. It's just amazing the stuff that comes out on this line.
I have to give credit to the Ben 10 team, the Cartoon Network, because they design all these guys. We just represent them in the toy. So 2.5-inch figures, plain display, collecting, or you can play them like that on your shelf, or you can actually play with them in action poses. So either way, like I mentioned, the 4-inch figures. The vinyl figures are great. Vinyl just lends itself really well to that. That is the new villain of the series of Omniverse. His name's Kyber. So he's the new villain that'll be Ben's nemesis throughout the series.
And you introduced us to these vinyl figures last year, so it was really great watching them over the year, and I think they seem to do really well.
Really well, yeah. And part of it's, because you can get your hands on them. They've got that pliability to them. They're also kind of articulated at the same time, so you can still pose them and do different things with them. But yet, they're durable. They float. You can throw them in the pool.
That's a great point.
It's just a great, fun way to kind of have a David and Goliath role play with your 4-inch.
And like you say, on shelf, you can just really get in there and see what they're like, which is a really brilliant packaging.
Exactly, yeah. So one thing that is new for this year is our feature figures. And these guys are just great kind of fun, figures. This is Feedback. He's one of the new aliens. But he has antennae that come up and shoots out energy from them. So you can just do that, have a lot of fun attacking, some of the evil aliens. But what makes this really special and different is that each one comes with a base that they can stand on, so you can pose them. But we have what we're calling their voice box. So when you press the button, and this is just a demo model, there's sound, but you will hear 2 messages from the alien. So Feedback will give you 2 messages, and then this character over here, his name's Edel, so he's got just a fun feature where he can send his horn down. He's like a beetle, but his name's Edel.
Excellent.
And he'd have a voice box as well, but his voice box is actually over with another product, the Omnitrix Touch, and I'll show you how those 2 integrate.
Oh, great.
So a lot of things you'll see in the line is that what we've done is try to kind of reward fans for when they purchase multiple products in the line. There's ways that we've developed those 2 to integrate with each other, that you get an additional feature that you wouldn't get had you only gotten one piece of the line.
Brilliant. That's great.
Vehicles, Ben and his new motorcycle. It's a racer Ben, we're calling him. It's got a great retro helmet, goggles, 2 vehicle modes, 2 missiles.
Yeah, it looks
a lot
like
of fun.
It folds up, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the missiles come out and everything, but you fold that up and it comes together. You can kind of see it in that mode right there. Yep. That's not the right coloring. It's the Ben 10 green and everything.
Okay, great. So this one's basically the right color.
Yep. And then, as I mentioned before, Rook, his sidekick. Rook has his own vehicle, and it's actually a truck, because when he's going around Bellwood, the town where Ben lives, it's incognito, so we've got the truck mode. And then if we want to switch into the spaceship mode, you would actually open up the back of the truck, put your hand in there, and there's a trigger which unleashes, it's like a spring fed. So this is just a spring, so when you press that, it unlocks that.
So there's a lot of auto converting to it.
Exactly.
Great.
And then there's 6 missiles in there, so you can fire out missiles on each side. And then it comes with an exclusive Rook figure as well, so he fits in the cabin there. So you can put him in there.
Translucent one. Great.
So he's got the dashboard light, kind of reflecting into him, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great.
And then as we move into our role-play items, these are all of the previous Omnitrix from all the other series before. So you have the Ben 10 Classic, just called Ben 10, Alien Force, and then the Ultimatrix from Ultimate Alien. So these are kind of micro-size, just fun, kind of, just a interesting little play pattern. We call this the roulette one because you never know what alien you're going to get.
Hey, I like that. There's a lot in there.
The fans know that Ben, he didn't always get it at the beginning. Whenever he selected alien, sometimes he'd get the wrong one. So just fun way for kids to collect all of the Omnitrix from the past. But this is what they're going to want to collect in 2012 because this is the new version of the Omnitrix. Because, with each season, he gets a new Omnitrix. So we're calling this the Omnitrix Challenge because what we've done is we've put 10 pieces in here for kids to battle their friends with. So if I have an Omnitrix challenge and your friend has one too, what we can do is take some of our different pieces, you can see them represented here, and then if you open them up inside, you see there's 3 little chambers, and what we can do is it's like a game of best of 3. So I can shoot out my character, you shoot out your character, and then we'll know based on what his strengths and speed and capabilities are who won that round, and then I just turn it to the next guy, and I can shoot out another one, and then I can shoot out another one, and then we just keep going and battling between them. But if you remember from those 4-inch figures, that little micro figure comes with the aliens, so then you get new game pieces all the time to help you with the battles between your friends. So the more of the 4-inch figures you collect, the more pieces you'll get to work with here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And of course,
and
part of the fun of it too is just having that transformation. Because Ben, he dials in the alien, makes a transformation. So even if you're by yourself, you can still shoot those out and have fun transferring into that alien.
And you were saying each one, of course, has its own stats and whatnot.
Yes.
So are they
a whole explanation
on
about
the back of the card back or something?
Yep.
It has the stats.
On the back of the card. Yeah, these are just packaging for our toy fair, but the actual one has a little grid with 3 different things that tells you speed, strength, and ability.
And like when you get the pack in with the 4-inch guy,
it'll show you what his
stats on the little guy.
Yep.
Cool.
Exactly. But this is our real exciting piece for the fall because we've taken a technology that kids are totally in love with and are totally smitten with because of the iPhones, iTouches, everything. So this one is called the Omnitrix Touch. And the reason that is because when you open it up, it's got a touchpad on the inside. So, you can see kind of a little bit there on the display that there's 8 different little pads inside, and it's biometric, so you can touch, anyone, and it reads the, electrical impulse from your skin down to the pads. And when you do that, there's 3 different modes, and there's different things you can do with each one of the modes. This is just, kind of a display for better pictures and stuff like that, but I can demo it for you. Great. So you can see exactly how it sounds. So we have our mode here. First thing we do, turn it on, you hear the sounds there. Open up the faceplate. This would actually pop up like it did on that one, but for the display, it's just as is. So in mode 1, it's all about the voices, because kids love to hear the voice of the aliens coming out. So if we press the button, now we just heard feedback, which is that character I showed you before. Gravitax, one of the new characters. Shockbox, one of the other characters. And it's not just touch, like lift and touch. You can slide, so just...
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, so you can do that. So you have all the great different alien voices. Close that up, switch it into mode 2. Now with mode 2, we're calling it like the command mode, because you get to command your own sounds. So you can kind of hear there's just an ambient noise going on in the background right now, but each one of the different sections has a different sound effect to it. So, the sound effects might change for the final, but right now, just for demonstration purposes, you can hear different sounds. But one thing that I've discovered about this is it's cool, is like you can create your own beats. So like you can...
It's funny that I immediately thought that too. I'm like, hey, this is a great little device to have for improvising music, basically.
Exactly. So then when we switch it into mode 3, close that up, pop it back open, and what we've done, again, with kind of that rewarding and integrating other products in the line, with other products we have DNA codes, and the codes are essentially different patterns on the faceplate. So if I type in the right patterns, it'll unlock a special message from Azimuth, who's the creator of the Omnitrix. So kids will be able to hear Azimuth's voice come out of it and give Ben a special message or give the kid a special message that they wouldn't hear normally. So that's all of the Omnitrix Touch. One last thing with those voice boxes that I showed you from before, 2 voices when you get it with the character. If you plug it into the Omnitrix, on the side there, it'll unleash a 3rd voice from the alien. So there's 4 aliens, so you're going to have 4 different aliens, but you'll get that final 3rd message coming out of the watch. So again, that rewarding factor of when the kids collect one item, they get things that they wouldn't have normally gotten had they not put the 2 together.
That is a really sophisticated piece of equipment.